Hi there folks, welcome back to Mossy Roots Farm. Let's hope the ambient noises aren't too bad on this one. I got some wind and I got the county, or actually the township, mowing the road. So, testing is probably one of the most important things you can do on your farm. Trials, tests, whatever you want to call it, whatever you do, and whatever level of sophistication you want to go with this. And here's why I say it's important. So let's take me and my neighbor for example. You know, the neighbor across the street, their ground is slightly different than mine because I guess they used to have hog barns on it, and when they took care of the hog barns, they just plowed everything into the dirt. So there is how our farms could be different. So something that works over there might not work over here, or vice versa. Something that works here, because this is all soil, it's all natural organic matter. There used to be crap thrown throughout this field, but it's been gone for 10-20 years according to Google Images. So that's what I mean, like there's so many differences. So even if my neighbor was doing the exact same thing I was doing, regenerative grazing exactly like I'm doing, there still could be a difference. So I may take something like this from a neighbor, try it out, see if it works with my soil, see if I like it. And if I don't like it, then I don't have to put it forth. I don't have to put it into practice, you know? But if I do like it, and it is working better, I would have never known if I didn't test. So, here is my current test. I know lots and lots and lots of folks on Facebook will allow their cows to eat these round bales. And generally what they do is they stick a fence post in it like this, and then they have a wire on the end of it to keep the cows away from just getting all full access to this bale. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put some fence posts on it. I'm gonna connect it to the fence over here, and I'm just gonna run it across and then fence them out and then just try it. Now I have two trials going on here at the same time. This trial, where they're just gonna be eating this direction, and this trial, where they're gonna be eating from this direction. So yeah, it might get a little bit complicated because I gotta kind of do some weird stuff with this corner, so it might not actually work the way I want it, but I can eat this way, and then once this bale's down far enough, I can just have them eat this last bale this direction. And here's why I say that. This past winter, I tried this. When I would put the fence posts on this surface of the bale, they would eat from the bottom half, basically, down. And then they would end up eating halfway, 3/4 of the way through the round bale, and the round bale would go boop, because there was nothing supporting it here, and there was a giant overhang. Part of that could have been my fence. Part of that could have been I needed to get the fence lower so that way the cows could get to the top and not eat the bottom. So I am going to try that this year. But I'm also going to be watching if that doesn't work. I think if I have these butted up like this, as this bale tries to rotate, it'll try and put pressure and run away from that. And I'm hoping that these bales touching will keep it from going that way. So those are some of the things I'm testing this year. Now, some of the things I already know are going to be a problem with this setup. I already know before I do it. Extreme amounts of compaction and wetness in this small little area. These are 4x5 round bales. Let's just say that the fore side is this direction. You know, if it's a 5x5, 4x4, whatever it is, you know, I've got right there 12 to 15 feet. Where it's going to be super heavy compaction, because each round bale takes 3 days to eat. So I'm going to have all this compaction right here, and then it's going to be really bad in the springtime right here, which I already know that. And that's going to be the same thing if I eat it on this side, and it'll probably actually be worse because they'll be eating, and then as they go in, this will just keep getting super muddy, and it'll get worse as I go uphill. So that could be another problem. But what I was doing last year is I was separating these bales out into zones basically and allowing them to eat a bale in each zone. Now the problem I'm also having is that I'm not grazing deep enough into the fall time, and I don't have enough extra pasture currently. So this whole 4/10 of an acre section where this fence post is over here up to the cornfield was covered in round bales, and I put additional round bales out. I ended up putting like 40 some round bales in here, and I fed 50 or 60 of them last year. And the problem that I was running into is that it was so mucked up anyways, because we had an extremely warm winter and wet winter, that it didn't matter if I did this or not. It was all super compacted, super wet and mucky. So part of me says, why does it even matter? But we're gonna test this out this year. You know, we're gonna try this, see if it helps, see if it hurts. I don't actually know, that's why I'm going to try it. And I could ask, you know, people like Steve Kenyon or Greg Judy, but I don't know if they've even tried stuff like this, because from a regenerative standpoint, it does not make sense. All of that compaction in that little space is going to really hurt that soil. You know, ideally you have everything set up to where it's just on top and the grass is all frozen and you don't hurt the soil at all, but you get the benefit of the poop and the pee and the round bale residue. So we'll see. I will try and do a video later this year or even in the spring of next year to do a recap on it. I may forget this video ever even existed. We'll just have to see what ends up happening. But I will try and do a video of this, so that way you guys who may be interested in this test can at least see my results. Not that my results would be any different than yours, but you never know. Different soils, different farms, different cows even might be the difference. You know, mine are all short. If you have some really tall Angus or Herefords, maybe this isn't even a problem for you. I know I'm the only one in the groups that has these small cows and tries to do this with these small cows. I shouldn't say I'm the only one, but I'm one of the very few, so. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.